right? And then like we have this influencer culture where like you got some really good influencers and some really good people coming up, but you have a lot of bullshit too. You have a lot of stuff that just gives a completely distorted view of reality. And then you have these children that are growing up, and instead of watching other kinds of entertainment, that's their entertainment. And then there's this false sense of, oh, this person's vlogging. They look like they're just sharing their normal life. But then they have an extremely manicured normal life that is not indicative of their life at all. And then everybody is now comparing their life to it naturally. It's again, it's like that's the whole thing with a vlog. Is a vlog is giving the impression of authentic daily life. And I love this too. I write songs about being someone else. Again, this is the whole influencer culture. This is the, artists that are, sharing their positive side, their inspirational side. I write songs that say, fuck the world, I don't give a shit, but not I need help, when really I need help. Like I feel like I have this brave face when I get on stage, as Brian's sharing. He's like, man, I'm going up there. I'm a charismatic vocalist. I can fucking make an entire stadium jump up and down I can have 10,000 people sing my words back to me and like believe it like gospel. But it's like deep down, like I'm not sharing that. Really, I need help. I'm not the person you think I am. I have challenges and flaws, And yeah, everybody tells me it's all right. Everybody tells me I'll be fine. Everything is not a fucking K. Oh, but they can't tell me why. I put the picture on the shelf, leave the memory behind, but the truth is I can't say goodbye. So I made friends with all my demons. Let them sink their teeth in. And this is what Brian's talking about when he's saying, I've just accepted my demons. I've accepted myself. I made friends with all my demons, which is really, I made friends with the parts of myself I don't like. And what's funny is that once you actually make friends with your demons, you realize they're actually not demons. They're just misunderstood, like the inner critic or the inner bully that's just trying to get you through life. The inner bully that's bullying you, or the inner critic that's like keeping you on your best behavior. And it's like not like unflinchingly like watching you like a hawk, which I have a strong inner critic. It's like, I'm like, man, this thing's like abusing me, the perfectionistic part of me, right? But really, it's like there's a part of my life where like I lost all my friends. I lost my support network. I never had really a support network with my mother and my father. Society kind of booted me out, right? Like I never had a support network. And so this inner critic came forward. He went, okay, like you need to get your shit together. We're going to exile all the parts of yourself that got you in trouble with your family, with society, with women, like all this stuff. And you're just going to be the best version of yourself. I'm going to keep you in line. And it's like, that ends up being your demon, your like inner critic, that insane, like that thing that just hurts you and abuses you, but really it's just trying to fucking keep you alive. And then like, once you go like, hey, thank you, man. Like, thank you. But like, I'm good now. Like I'm 29 and I've figured this out. Like once it trusts that you're okay, it can just relax and take a different role instead of being the inner critic anymore. And this is, again, something that IFS teaches. But yeah, let them sink their teeth in, got used to the feeling of letting it go. So give me something to believe in or throw me in the deep end. It all feels the same with your eyes closed. Got used to the feeling of letting it go. So I made friends with all my demons. Let them sink their teeth in. Got used to the feeling of letting it go. I wonder if he's like saying like, got used to the feeling of like letting his identity go. Letting his facade go. Got used to the feelings of like not trying to fight his demons anymore. So give me something to believe in or throw me in the deep end. Yeah, there's almost that like, I can relate to that too. There's sometimes this like vibe I get in life where I'm like, okay, life, bring me all you have. Like you've already broken me. Like I can't really get broken that deeply again. And I'd rather believe in something. And I think the work I do gives me something to believe in. I think my trust in some organizing principle to the universe and to life, the belief that, I might have a soul, I might have a higher self. I believe that. In some sense, I think I've connected with it, but that skeptical left brain part of me always questions it. It was like, are you delusional, bro? Like, is it really what you think it is? Like, and I think that's healthy. There's a healthy inquiry and skepticism to me. But also there's a trusting part of me. There's a part of me that goes like, hey, I want to have faith because life seems more meaningful when I have faith in something beyond myself, but I'm also going to be eternally skeptical and inquiring of that faith, and not, because then I think it goes, if you don't do that, I think then it goes into blind faith, because if you truly can't verify your faith, I think there's something beautifully to be like, again, I think that's the difference between blind faith and responsible faith. Responsible faith goes, I'm going to have faith in this. There may be no proof, but I'm going to have faith. And at the same time, if ever it's disproven, I'm going to hold this faith so lightly that if it's ever disproven, I can just let it go. Hey, it's all good. You know what I mean? And that's what I do my best to. But sometimes I do hold on to things pretty, I hold on pretty tightly. Usually when I'm in fear, when I feel chaos in my life, it's like I can become more dogmatic at those times. And then here's verse 2, Eric. On the same old path again, from where I'm at to where I've been. I'd drift away and you'd pull me in, but the waves are deep and I'm wearing thin. On the same old path again, from where I'm at to where I've been. Does that mean like he keeps kind of taking one step forward, two steps back? Like, hey, I'm on this path. Like, he's on the path again because he keeps taking a step forward and then going back and then taking that same step forward and then going back again. So he keeps going on that path where like I'm making some change, but then, oh man, fuck, like I keep messing it up. These demons that keep, I'm sabotaging relationships. I'm sabotaging my own success. All these things. I'd drift away and you'd pull me in. But the waves are deep and I'm wearing thin. The fight to really just get ahead in life. And again, like as I've talked about before, I think this is kind of like, the stage of life when like you're in the friction with your trauma, where like you get it, you're kind of like putting your head up for air. You can breathe. You can see that there's something on the other side of your pain, on your trauma. There's a better life. There's a possibility of a better life. But it's like every time you see that possibility, your trauma drags you back down. And you're just like, again, like the waves, like you're like up above water, boom, drag back down, up, like, and it's just that. And it's like, and then when you finish that stage, you finally descend out of the underworld. And then that's like really the beginning of the hero's journey, is after you've descended from the underworld. The stage in Gene Keys that we call, ochre. That's that stage. Powerful line. I caught myself in a lie. Guess I'm just calling to say you were right. I carry the weight of the world in my head and it keeps me up at night. So I'm assuming this is about him. Like this is a whole song about him and, let's see. I think he's talking to an ex-lover about all of his demons. But the truth is I can't say goodbye. The truth is I can't say goodbye to what? My pain? Because like I know Theo Vaughn, he had Tony Robbins on a podcast, and it was a brilliant podcast. There was a really emotional part where Theo just started crying. And he said, he's like, I feel like I can't get better because if I did, I'd be leaving a part of me behind, which is my pain. And my pain has always been there. It's always been an ally. It's always been a friend. And I feel like I can't just abandon it. And he was like crying, and it was so emotional. Like it was just, but I think like I sometimes feel like that. Like if I don't really feel like that anymore much, but every once in a while it still comes up where there's, I think, like a feeling of familiarity with my sorrow. And it's like, there's a romanticism to my sorrow. It's almost like the underdog. It's almost like, this is what makes me relatable. This is what, so much of my relationships thus far in my life have been through that sorrow. This is how I've related to people in pain. And if I don't have that anymore, like, will I lose like touch with an aspect of reality? You know what I mean? And like, you know, that's my journey. As I continue to grow and continue to heal, I will lose, you know, a little bit of touch with that. But what I'm hoping happens on the other end, I think it'll always be there. I think the memories will always be there. I'll always be able to tap into it, I think. And again, I can't say that for certain because I still have it right now and I'm still in that process of transmuting it. Yeah. But yeah, it's an interesting, yeah. Yeah. And then we're back to the pre-chorus. Okay, and then this is Eric, and he changes the lines a little bit. He goes, and everybody tells me it's all right. Everybody tells me I'll be fine. And I think this is the frustration with so much of society, because people haven't done their shadow work, so they can't hold space for your pain. So you share your pain with them, and they just go, "Hey, I'll be okay," because really they're just like, "Hey, I don't want to deal with your shit. Like, I haven't dealt with my shit. I'm not equipped to deal with your shit. So hey, man, it's gonna be okay, dude." Like, and they just kind of like that flippant thing, and that can a lot of time have us feel rejected and have us feel very alone and isolated, because we're like, well, no one can relate to me. And that's it. It's like, you know, everybody tells me I'll be fine. Everybody tells me it's all right, but everything is not a fucking K. Out of all the times that I've tried, I find the air is thin and I'm against the wind. With each mountain left that I climb, but the truth is I can't say goodbye. I can't say goodbye to my pain, and then so I made friends with all my demons. I think he's saying it's like he finally hit rock bottom. It's like he surrendered to the fact that he can't escape the pain. And so all that's left is to just accept these parts of himself that he's been trying to leave behind in his ascent up the mountain. And then I love verse 3. I love the cadence and the rhythm that Brian gets in here, where he's almost rapping. And because everything is changing, memories are fading. Tell me that I'm fucked up. I want to hear you say it. And that's interesting when you get to the point where like you're so fed up with people tiptoeing around you, and you're so tired of like hiding your shit from people, that you're just like, hey, just tell me I'm fucked up. Just like, I want to hear you say it. I want to confront the thing that I know you're thinking, or I think you're thinking, and I'm scared that you're thinking it, and I'm afraid that you're going to tell me it. Okay, I'm just done. Just fucking tell me it. You know what I mean? Tell me that I'm fucked up. At least then I'll hear you say it. Then it's out in the open. We can deal with the reality, because it's no longer just the chaos of fear. Again, when someone hasn't told you what they think about you and you think they're thinking it, it's just chaos and it's just fear. And it's just like, it's the what if. The what if's the worst. If you guys want to check out another clip from this episode, click here. And if you want to check out more clips on this topic, click here. And if you want to check out the full episode that this clip is taken from, you can click the link in the description below. And that's it. So I'll see all of you in the next one.